This is a video to demonstrate how to receipt a net payment for a student using the quick payment screen. If you're not using course fees and you're not doing agents, then this video is not any use for you. And you also need to probably watch the one on doing gross fees to pick up all any additional steps that you might want, because the two processes are very similar. So I am now going to quickly search for a student and load them. So the important thing is when you do this, you must have a student loaded with a course enrollment with an agent already set for that particular course enrollment, so it can work out all the different commission amounts and tax rates and things like that. So here we have got our student. They're loaded in a course, and to quickly do a payment, we just go to the apply payment screen, which brings you up something like this, and it shows you up the top all the information about that particular student. So then you can see any additional fees that have been added to the course, and I showed you how to add these fees in the previous gross one. So now I'm going to basically do that, and I'm going to put a reference in, and I'm going to put an effective date in. So I'm now filling out the payment from the student. So if you got a payment from an agent, you'd have to pretend that the payment is from the student and break it up like this. So test net payment. And so the only difference between the net and the gross one is you still put the amount you received from the student, so $2,485 in this case, and instead of saying net payment no, you say net payment yes. And as you can see now, when you've done that, it's worked out automatically based on the commission amount, what the actual numbers are going to be for gross tuition and net tuition amounts, plus the commission amount, plus the tax withheld, because our agent is marked as 10% GST. If we need to adjust these numbers, so you want to override them, by default there's checking so they all match up. You can actually come into this actions menu up here, and you can go into validation, and then you can actually change the invoice amount and the outstanding amount and play with all the numbers, and that will then put in custom fields, or you can just enroll the student into a course fee normally and adjust all the numbers, and I'll show you how to do that in another video. So in this case, I'm going to leave it because I really like all the numbers that are there, but you could fill them all out. But I am actually going to say, hey, this person has paid by Visa card, and I'm actually going to change this to credit card, and you can now see it's also worked out a credit card fee and readjusted all these numbers. So now I'm literally going to hit process payment and say yes. And if we go to the accounting screen, you will now see this particular invoice and payment being created with all the items and everything paid off. So here we go. Here's our created the payment, created the unit, created the invoice, and created all the payment applications. So now if we go accounting invoices, we'll now be able to see this particular net payment being created with a course fee and all the appropriate things being paid off. So this is the accounting invoice screen. So the last one we did was this one, and you can see there's the totals I typed in. So if we now do view invoice on this, you'll now see that this particular student has been given a course 3 fee, got paid an $80 document fee, and all the negative amounts have been taken off out of the course fee for the GST and the commission, and also there's their credit card surcharge of $24. That concludes this video. I hope it helps.